Well, let's talk about JazzFest coming up next. And one of the great artists who will be coming to Victoria on Sunday night is Elysia Biro. This is a little bit of how it sounds. That sounds pretty great. We're going to be hearing that on Sunday. And here on the phone with us, though, to get us started is Elysia Biro, JazzFest artist. Hello, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful to get you here. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I guess that's a little bit of what we can expect to hear on Sunday at Studio 919 as part of Victoria JazzFest. It's going to be great to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm super excited to be performing.
Now I'm looking at your bio here, and it simply says you were raised in the wilds of Vancouver Island. What does that mean? Where are you from?
Well, I think it's something that's been so special to me, especially moving away from the island. I think, just being in the amount of immense nature and everything in Vancouver Island has been so special to me and such a huge part of my childhood. I grew up about 20 minutes near Qualicum Beach, so kind of in the forest. So I feel like that was a really special part of growing up here.
Okay, but kind of in the Qualicum area is where on the island you're from. Of course, you're not there anymore because you're off in the big city singing. Where do you base yourself now?
I'm currently in LA, which has been a really cool experience.
Now, talk about the journey from here to there. So you start in, as you said, the wilds of Vancouver Island. You've got this fantastic background in music. You got a master's of music from the University of York. You've got a lot of technical skill in piano and singing, but then you're making this wonderful jazz music. How did you go from the island to LA making this music?
Yeah, I think I always loved doing music. I always dreamed of doing it as a career, but I think I never really knew how one does that, and how that makes that happen. And I was really lucky. I had a great mentor who's actually from the West Coast as well, called Bob Rock, who's a producer. And he really recommended that I try and branch out and try a new city and to go for it. And he was a really big supporter. And him and his former bandmate, Chris Taylor, were part of the Payolas in Canada. And they were both incredible supporters. And so I originally was in London, but then I am currently in LA and giving that a go. And it's been really inspiring to be around so many incredible musicians and artists and creatives of all sorts. And I think that's been so inspiring to be around. I've been really enjoying it.
Not bad to get Bob Rock in your corner. How did you meet him? How did you connect with him?
Well, it's an interesting story. Chris Taylor, who was the drummer in the Payolas, I used to teach his son and piano, and when I was I think about 18, and so we ended up becoming quite good friends. And he asked if I had any music that I written. He asked if I was a writer, and I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll send you some things." And I always laughed that I never noticed the platinum record on the wall that was in their house, but he kind of said, "Oh, I think you're really cool. I'd love to send it to a friend," who ended up being Bob Rock. And both of them have just been, were huge parts of, supporting me and helping me, in my writing early on, and just encouraging me to improve and keep working on honing my craft and everything. And both wonderful people. And
was that the kind of breakout moment? So you give the stuff to Bob Rock, did he kind of connect you with the right people, and next thing you know, you're making it? Or what was that step from being the piano teacher on Vancouver Island to kind of getting your first breakout?
Well, it took a while. I think after that, I think they were huge in kind of starting me on my career and really committing myself and to working hard and kind of helping me in the first bits. And then I was writing for several years after that. And I think I really tried hard to, put lots on social media and try and work hard to improve myself. And I just was writing tons. And then so that eventually when I got in touch with someone from Universal Music in Germany, then I kind of had all this music to send over and all this work that I'd done over, I guess, about 7 years of music. So it was kind of a long chapter, but kind of all in perfect timing. And I'm so grateful to be working with such lovely people. And I'm just so grateful that I'm on this tour now in Canada. I can't wait.
Well, it's so nice to have you back on the island as well. Lisa, we have a contest going where in order to win JazzFest tickets and tickets to your show as well, we're having our listeners scat, right? And
incredible.
So I understand that maybe first thing in the morning with your chops, you might want to rest your vocal cords. But what is the knack to scatting and what's the joy of it?
I love this.
It's so fun I think that having your voice as an instrument is such an amazing thing because it's so personal and it's something that, obviously you're born with. And it's so I think being able to use it as an instrument and improvise with, vocally, I think is such a fun thing to do. And I think everyone should try because it's just improvisation. And I think that's such a beautiful language. So,
well, we're going to get people to call in and try just after the 8 o'clock news, sports, weather, and traffic to win tickets to a show. But we do have tickets to give away to your show right now. And we're not going to make people work too hard for this one. This is kind of a freebie. We're going to take a caller at 250-386-1161 in just a few moments. And but we'll let you pick the number. Caller number what? Pick a number between 1 and 10.
Oh, let's say caller number 3.
Caller number 3, in just a few moments, will win tickets to see your show, which is coming up this Sunday as part of TD Victoria International Jazz Fest at Studio 919. What do you want people to know about the show? Tell people about what's going to happen.
Well, I'm really excited. It's my first time actually performing in Victoria, so bit of a hometown return after a couple of years. And there's going to be a lot of combinations of original music and some standards and everything between the jazz and singer-songwriter pop worlds. And my whole family's going to be there, so I'm very, very excited.
Oh, great. That's so funny because I guess you left the island to go have your success, and now you get to come home in a completely different light. That's so cool. I love this story.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm very excited.